what I wanted to speak about on this episode is this client journey, this customer journey that we put our prospects through, right? You know, all day, every day, there are people buying products and services. All day, all around the world, right? People are making buying decisions like 5,000 every second, right? The world of commerce is huge. But interestingly, within most industries, most players in an industry are exactly the same, plus or minus a few percent. Like the experience that we give our prospects, customers, the experience is usually, give or take a little bit, the same as our competitors, right? There's like this thin band where everybody is the same, which means everybody is vanilla, which means nobody is standing out, okay? This is good news. Good news because we can actually build a process around building a timeline of events that make sure our customers have the conversation inside their brain of, wow, the experience here is better, okay? So that's what I want to talk to you about, right? We call these moments of truth. So what we've got to first do, and by the way, we build these in. We want to be intentional about the experience that our customers have. It actually doesn't take much to shine. It may cost you a little bit of money, it may cost you a little bit of time, maybe a little bit of both. But sometimes it's neither of those, right? It's just about being intentional about giving a better experience and then making it the system every single time. So the first step that we've got to do, and I'm going to draw it up here on the board, the first step we have to do is we've basically got to do a brain dump of a client journey, okay? Now, you might have multiple products, multiple services. Let's just pick one. You probably need to do this for every product, every different service, because every client journey will be different, okay? But we'll just pick one of them, right? So basically, we want to think through all of the steps. And there would be lots and lots and lots of steps, okay? I'll pick an industry just to go and give this some context. Let's say this was somebody who have booked their car into a mechanic, right? Just pick a nice, easy business. And the client journey, right, between, you know, calling up as an answer to go into an AdWords ad right through to the end, all right? So what we do is we basically just draw, so this is a mechanic, okay? So we'll just write that up there, just for those of you that may join us a little bit later. And then we have a whole bunch of stages to the relationship, right? So we're gonna just basically do this. And there would be heaps of these, and we just keep them going. Now, what are the steps? Okay, so we're going to call these the incoming call, right? So that's somebody has, of their own volition, got on the internet, searched for a mechanic in my town, seen my ad, clicked on it, gone to my website, found my phone number, and ring me. All right, hey, somebody's just jumped on live on the Facebook, I believe.
Really?
I think so. All right.
It probably isn't, because I just can't do it.
All right. So we have an incoming call. And that's one step, all right? Now, what's the next step? Maybe booking in the car, all right? So booking it in and having a conversation with the customer. Yep, look, we can do that. How about you come in Tuesday, 8 o'clock in the morning, right? So booking in the car. Then we send the reminder SMS, another step in the process. Then they drop the car off. There may be others, but you'll understand. I'm doing a fictional business. You'll do yours. That'll make life a lot easier. Then they drop the car off into the premises. Then they wait, right, in the reception, right? Then we give them the loan car. Then we do the phone call an hour later to do the upsell, right? Standard mechanic business. 1 hour after customer leaves, we jump straight on there and we go, hey. And they've got to be legitimate, right? We're not here just to rip people off, but legitimately, if you pull the engine out and you notice something that's, you know, not part of the thing, that the fan belt's cracking, you call the customer and say, hey, listen, while I've got this off, I can fix it. Would you like me to do that, right? They say yes or no. Then we do the work. Then they come back in, right? So they pick the car up. They wait in the foyer or the reception. Then they collect their car. Maybe they pay somewhere in here, right? So you understand, you basically do a brain dump of all of the steps of the process. Now what that is right there, that is the same as 99.36% of mechanics in Australia, probably in the world. which makes it very hard to drive the business forward. It makes it very hard to be the preeminent company. It makes it very hard to get referrals. It makes it very hard to charge a premium. It makes it very hard for those things if we're the same as everybody else. So what we do is once we've got that, we take a step back, right? And we are going to add wow moments into this process, right? What would make a customer go, wow, I don't get that anywhere else? That's the conversation we're trying to create in the mind of our prospect. That doesn't happen anywhere else. Wow, that was a good experience, okay? So all we do is we look back and go, all right, on the incoming call, how do we improve that by 1%? Do we have to change the script, all right? If we change the script, what are we going to say? Are we going to ask some different questions to make them feel more special? Yada, yada, yada. What can I do to make that incoming call a better experience for a prospect, right? Number 2, when they book the car in, what can I do about making that part of the phone call 1% better, all right? And it's maybe reiterating with the customer. So, Mary, just so that I can make sure I've heard you, because we never want to charge you too much. Are we live?
We're live on Facebook.
All right, well, that's not what's happening on my little TV down here, but the ferret will run around and do his thing. So how can we make that a little bit better? Maybe it's as simple as this. Maybe instead of just going, yep, righto, Tuesday, 2 o'clock, we go, Mary, just so I've heard you right, so that we never do work that you didn't authorize, we never rip you off. I just want to confirm you're bringing your car in Tuesday at 10 o'clock. We're going to do a logbook service. It's the 60,000K service. Great, right? Now, all that does is give the customer peace of mind that says they're not going to rip me off, right? That's 1% better. Right, when we send the SMS, how do we make that 1% better? You get my point, right? How do we, I can see me. When they drop the car off and they're waiting in reception, how do I make that a moment of truth? What can I do to the physical environment of my reception and my wait area to make people feel more valued? All right, here's one just random idea. No more girly magazines, just as a random thought. Clean the joint, right? The waiting area doesn't have to look as bad as the workshop, right? You can actually have a nice clean area. You understand my point, right? And all the way through here, we are looking at improving all the time as we go. Now then, are they wow moments? Potentially you could come up with a wow moment. But what about if you could actually add something else, adding a step in your process, okay? And something that you do routinely, you do it all of the time, yada, 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 yada. And I don't know what that is. I'm making it up as I go because this is a fictional business, but you should know your business really, really well. All right, maybe, for example, let's say after the event, right? They've picked their car up, they've driven their car home. What would happen if the mechanic that did the service on their car waited 48 hours and then quickly placed a call to Mary and said, Mary, my name's Wayno. I was the mechanic that did the logbook service on your car. It was a delight to work on your car. Tell me, is there anything you want to report back to me? How's it all going? Right, now, how easy would that be to do? It would be a case of Wayno jumping on the phone maybe 2 minutes a time, 3 times a day. The customer hangs up and goes, wow, I don't get that anywhere else. That's the kind of thing I mean, right? So do a brain dump of your process, look at the steps you've got, make them all 1% better, but then go back, right, and ask yourself, what can I do? How do I add a wow moment into this journey to make it a better experience for my clients, right? That's the name of the game.